Okay, hey y'all, we're gonna go ahead and try doing our writing mini lesson on this video. So in your writing journals, go ahead and write today's date, and you're gonna write lesson number 6 and supporting your thesis. So if at any time you need to pause and listen, you may do that, but you will only have 7 minutes for the whole video in order to get your stamina time in. So whenever you feel like you need to pause it, go ahead and do that, but keep in mind how long you're spending on the video. Okay, so today I'm going to teach you that one way to make sure that your essays are strong in both form and content is to have a clear plan before you start writing. You can plan by writing your thesis and your reasons to support that thesis by planning your boxes and bullets. So we've already touched on this just a little bit throughout the couple weeks, but today we're going to focus a little bit more heavily on developing our reasons. So if you think back to last week when I showed the cooking show and I compared how the ingredients of the batters and the brownie and how that compared to what goes inside of our essay. And then there's the part where we form it and we shape it and we make it look pretty and we make it look nice. And that's kind of how the layout of the paragraph or the essay is going to look. Today we are focusing again on the batter and making it taste great. So here are some strategies that I wanted to offer to you for writing essay entries, and I just want you to take a look at these anchor charts, and I want you to look at how we take a subject that matters to us and we list ideas related to that subject. So that is the big part that I want you to focus on, is right here, that they list the ideas and they relate it to the subject. Then you take one of those ideas and write about it. So they're making sure that everything is connecting, and that is important because every reason needs to support your idea. And not only does every reason need to support the idea, but every piece of evidence then needs to support that reason. So it's kind of like a stair step. They all connect in that way. So then this is we observe and then we write. And this was the exercise that we did where we closed our eyes and pictured ourselves with that person that we thought was so important to us. And then we spark new ideas and new thoughts. And this is when we worked on it yesterday, where we drew the sunshine and we asked ourselves prompts and then we kept building on them. And another step that we have not done yet is we reread our earlier writing and ask questions to help us develop new ideas. So all of these things are over here in our anchor chart that will be hanging in the classroom soon. So here are some examples of how you could generate some of your notes. This is kind of an example here of, taking data as the subject, and then what are some ideas that connect to data and which one could we really use to write? And then you develop your thesis. First you find something that you want to talk about, some sort of an area, some sort of piece of your topic that you want to write about. And then you're going to review it, and you're going to get examples, and then you're going to ask yourself, what do I really want to say about this? Then you're going to reach for the exact words. And then you'll say it to yourself again. So right now, what I want you to do is I want you to grab out your note card that you have there with you, and you're going to write your thesis at the top of your card, which for today is having a best friend is important. So having a best friend is important. That's going to go at the top of your note card. So this was my thesis, and what I'm going to show you today is that when you are trying to develop your reasons, sometimes it's helpful if you ask yourself questions. So we're going to focus on asking ourselves the when, why, and the how. So I want to give reasons that show when my dad is the most important teacher. I'm going to give reasons that show why my dad is the most important teacher, and then I want to give reasons that will show how my dad is the most important teacher. So if you look here, this is how I'm going to have you structure your note cards for today. You're going to restate your thesis every time. So my father is my most important teacher because. So if you see that pattern, the thesis with the because is on every bullet. So for this first one, I wanted to answer the question of when. So my father is my most important teacher because he taught me so much when I was younger. That tells you when. My father is my most important teacher because he knew how important furthering my education would be. That's the why. And my father is my most important teacher because he taught me how to be a good person by setting an example all the time. And that is the how. So another example I could have used for when is yesterday when I talked about the baseball game. I could have used that here for the when. The why also could have been why I think he's the most important teacher and not the why I thought he wanted to teach me. So you could kind of go separate ways with that. So I just want to again point out the fact that do you see how I repeated my thesis and the because on every single reason? You're going to do the same. This is the end game, so this is kind of the result. So this is going to be what your index card will look like. And you're going to take your thesis with the supporting reasons and grow it into our first thesis essay. So we are going to talk about what is a good thesis and what is a good reason. So Mars would be a fun place to live. That thesis is not really very personal. So it's not going to get you anywhere and it's going to be hard for you to elaborate on. Mars would be a fun place to live is more of an informational text that we are going to support with facts. It's not very much opinionated or persuasive. So this is not personal enough. My mom is my best friend. Oh, okay, well that's a good thesis. But what's wrong with this one? My mom is my best friend because she is a good cook, because she dresses well, and because she works hard at her job. These reasons do not support or match why mom is my best friend. It doesn't tell me when, it doesn't tell me how, and it doesn't tell me why. My mom is my best friend because she buys me things. My mom is my best friend now that I am older, and my mom is my best friend when I am at home. These reasons aren't parallel, which means they don't connect. None of them talk about the same thing, nor do they answer the when, where, why, or how. Not the where, sorry, the when, the why, and the how. My dad is my friend and my mentor. This thesis is two-pronged, which means it's got 2 points. That's not going to work because I'm going to have to support friend. I'm also going to have to support mentor, and then it's going to get messy and it's going to have no direction. So that's not going to work. So my grandmother is old. Again, not good because it's a fact. So today what you are going to do is using this thesis statement, having a best friend is important, you are going to practice trying out finding types of reasons that support your claim that match what you want to say. So on your note card, you are going to find 3 reasons that support having a best friend is important. Remember to restate the thesis and write because, then give me a reason that shows when, give me a reason that shows why, and give me a reason that shows how. This is all going on your note card. Step 2. Using that thesis statement, you're going to share your note card with a partner. You'll complete the Google form that's attached to this assignment for your partner read. So you will complete the Google form from what you have read of your partner's index card. You're evaluating their index card. Then, when you're finished, you and your partner will give back your index cards, so you will have yours, and you will begin to write your introduction paragraph using your reasons. Okay, so now you can get started. Grab your note card, get your thesis statement ready to go, and create your 3 reasons. Then switch with a partner and write your introduction. Enjoy!